Okay, I need you to be honest with me for a second. How many times have you been in an English conversation and you did not understand what the other person said, but instead of asking them to repeat it, you just smiled or said yes, or laughed because they laughed, even though you had no idea what was funny? If your answer is many times, you are not alone. This is one of the most common experiences for shy English learners, and honestly, it makes complete sense why we do it. Asking someone to repeat themselves feels embarrassing. It feels like you're admitting that your English isn't good enough. It feels like you're bothering them, or wasting their time, or making the conversation awkward. So instead, you pretend, you smile and nod, and inside, you're hoping they don't ask you a follow-up question. But here's the truth. This strategy actually makes things worse, because now the conversation is built on something you didn't understand, and you're carrying that confusion the whole time. Today, I'm going to give you 5 phrases that make asking for clarification feel completely natural. Not embarrassing, not awkward, just normal. Let's get into it. Before I explain the phrases, I want to explain something important, because understanding why it's hard will help you push through it. When shy people don't understand something in English, the brain immediately goes to a worst-case story. It sounds like this. If I ask them to repeat, they'll think I'm stupid. They'll get annoyed. The conversation will become awkward. It would be easier to just pretend I understood. They repeat it. That's it. Sometimes they slow down a little. Sometimes they choose different words. But they don't think you're stupid. In fact, and I really want you to hear this, most native speakers are happy to repeat themselves. They don't mind at all. The embarrassment exists mostly in your head, not in the other person. And the 5 phrases I'm about to give you make it even easier, because they sound so natural that the other person won't even notice you're asking for help. Let's go through them one by one, with examples. Our first phrase is, "Sorry, could you say that again?" This is the most basic version, and it works in almost every situation. It's polite, clear, and completely normal.
The meeting has been moved to Thursday at 2:30.
Sorry, could you say that again? I want to make sure I got the time right.
Thursday, 2:30.
Perfect. Thank you.
Simple, natural, no embarrassment. The key detail is the second sentence. I want to make sure I got the time right. Adding a small reason makes the request feel even more professional, not weaker. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Didn't catch is a very natural English expression, meaning you didn't hear or understand something clearly. Native speakers use this all the time, including with other native speakers.
So the deadline for the report is actually next Wednesday, not Friday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't quite catch that. Did you say Wednesday?
Yes, Wednesday the 14th.
Got it. Thank you for clarifying.
Notice the speaker repeated back what they thought they heard. Did you say Wednesday? This is a great technique. Instead of just asking to repeat everything, you confirm the one part you're unsure about. It shows you were listening. Phrase 3 is, "Could you slow down a little? My English is still improving." This one is for when someone is speaking very fast. And I know, admitting that your English is still improving can feel scary. But this phrase actually creates something very positive. It invites the other person to help you, and most people respond to that beautifully.
So basically what happened was we tried to reorganize the whole filing system, and then the software crashed and we lost about 3 days of work, and now we're behind.
Could you slow down a little? My English is still improving, and I want to make sure I understand everything.
Of course, I'm sorry. So, we had a problem with the software.
Did you notice the other person apologized? That's very common. When you're honest about where you are with English, people become more patient, not less. Phrase 4 is for when you understand most of what someone said, but one specific word or phrase confused you. You ask, "What do you mean by," and then add the word.
Yeah, the new manager is kind of a micromanager, honestly.
What do you mean by micromanager?
Oh, it means someone who controls every small detail and doesn't trust you to do your job independently.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I think I've worked with someone like that before.
This phrase does two things. It gets you the information you need, and it naturally extends the conversation. The other person explains something, you respond to the explanation, and suddenly you're having a real, connected conversation.
Phrase 5 is the most advanced on the list and also the most powerful. Instead of just asking someone to repeat, you summarize what you understood and check if you got it right. You say, "Let me make sure I understand. You're saying," and then add your summary.
So the plan is that we'll handle the first part of the project and then pass it to the other team after the review next month.
Let me make sure I understand. You're saying we finish our section first, then the other team takes over after the review?
Exactly, yes.
This phrase makes you sound confident and professional. You're not asking to repeat, you're demonstrating comprehension and confirming it. Even if you're only 70% sure you understood, this technique helps you find out what the other 30% was. Let me give you a quick guide so you know which phrase to reach for in different moments. When you missed everything someone said, use phrase 1 or 2. When someone is speaking too fast, use phrase 3. When one specific word confused you, use phrase 4. When you understood most of it but want to confirm, use phrase 5. And if you're not sure which one to use, start with phrase 1. It works in almost every situation. As you get more comfortable, you'll naturally start using the others. I want to end with something important. Asking for clarification is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of respect for the other person and for the conversation. It means you actually care about understanding, not just getting through the moment. The most confident communicators in the world ask questions when they don't understand. The difference between them and shy learners isn't that they always understand everything, it's that they don't feel shame about asking. And you don't have to feel shame either. That's 5 ways to handle one of the most difficult moments in an English conversation. Practice them this week, even at home, even alone. The more familiar they feel, the easier they'll be to use when you really need them. I'll see you Tuesday for our next video. Subscribe if you want to keep getting tools like this, made specifically for shy English learners. Take care.